So now we're going to take a look at another vending area right here, and we're going to see everything that he has. He has a wide range of stuff. A wide range of stuff. This is some Star Wars. Vintage Star Wars. Some of this y'all may have, some of them may not. I don't know. I recognize them. That was a long time ago. And we have some Fortnite stuff. That's some more Star Wars stuff from the 1980s. There's a lot. Then we have some reaction G.I. Joes. Major Blood, Baroness, Duke. And we have some other ones. Going back right here, he has some of the vintage stuff. We're going to go back there here in a minute, take a better look at all that. And there you have some of the Crimson Guard. That's Wild Weasel. Some of this stuff, like I said, you have Stormtroopers. Bunch of Star Wars. That guy with that one horn, he always kind of looked creepy, creeped me out. That guy right there with the one horn, you seen him in the show and he just kind of got this stare on his face. More Star Wars. This right here is a bunch of accessories for each one of them in different parts. Now, right here it's a little bit different. Here, if you know what you're looking at, some of this is actually Battlestar Galactica, because I recognize them. Those were called the Cylons. And then you have the gold Cylon. Then you have the silver. And these guys right here, I think I know what they are, but I need y'all's help to identify these guys. But I'm not exactly sure. I want to say they're Micronauts, but I'm not positive on that. Coming over here, we have more stuff from Star Wars.
We are making a video.
More stuff for Star Wars. Over here, we have more stuff from Star Wars right here, and other stuff. And we have Star Wars up there. That is the X-Wing.
No, you did. You see it.
That is the X-Wing. Star Wars right there. Death Star. Y'all remember that? Who of y'all actually remember having that playset? I would sure like to know. And of course, there we have the Millennial Falcon. Game of Thrones characters. And we got some Kiss characters right there. Halo. More Kiss characters. We have Star Wars, Big Star Wars, Collector Series. And then in this bin we have Legends, Power Rangers, Warcraft. That is an AT Armor Transport Walker. Original. Vintage. Coming over here to the next one. Now this is what I was saying. This is some of the original G.I. Joes right here. This was stuff, refresh my mind. Please put it in the comments below. 1960s going into 70s? I think so, but I need some help to tell me exactly what year some of this stuff come out, because this right here is actually over my head. I know about the 80s G.I. Joe, but not this one. So I really like to get y'all's info and information on it. This is some of the original stuff that you just do not see today. The only time when you can see them probably is when you go to a collector's store. Or you can probably find them on eBay, but I'm not sure. That guy right there, G.I. Joe military. And then you have a guy just hanging on to it right there for life. Looks like G.I. Joe. And right here you have a bunch of different boxes with different stuff. There's some more G.I. Joe, and that is a Boba Fett. There's a helicopter. There is the Sky Striker. Back behind them is actually the command center headquarters for G.I. Joe. Original. Bunch of different things. So we have some from the movie, the G.I. Joe movie, vehicles, and then you have Castle Grayskull. And then you have this same. And then you have Big Jim. Who remembers Big Jim? I'd sure like to know. You have He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Castle Grayskull. Then over here, you have Spawn. You got Wonder Woman. And down here further you have the G.I. Joes. Right there in number. Coming up over here we have the monsters. You have Frankenstein. You have a bunch of different characters. You have old vintage G.I. Joe stuff from the 1980s. What was this called? Was this Stiletto? I'm not sure. Right here, was this called Stiletto? I could be wrong. So y'all help me down in the comments. What I know this was a Cobra faction, but I forgot which one. I want to say that this was called Stiletto, but I'm not sure. We have X-Men. Loki. Okay. Sir, is there anything you want to say?
No.
Okay.
Do your video. Thank you.
Okay. Alright. Well, that's it. We will see y'all here in a minute with the next review. Okay?
Okay, so here we are at the next booth here at Beaumont Comic-Con 2025, and this, where we're at, is that they are selling some toys here, even some Transformers toys. But I did saw some Transformers toys that either I've never messed with or played with, or ones that I saw for the first time, like to show y'all here, for example. Like here you can see they do have some Masterpiece figures. Like they have a Masterpiece Grimlock, a Masterpiece Wheeljack, and also they have a Masterpiece MP10. Oh, this is a repaint of the MP10 Optimus Prime. And this is the trailer.
Okay.
And there's even some, I'm pretty sure some of y'all have heard of these, but they do have some Transformers alternatives here.
Okay.
I forgot. I don't know who these are. I think this is supposed to be Nemesis Prime, I think, but this, I don't know.
Okay. So they at this booth they have stuff from today and a whole lot of vintage stuff too.
And they even have some third parties here.
Right. Okay. And I was just given a card. This is the gentleman's business card right here.
Flip it over and I'll card the name on the back.
And names on the back right there. So this is the booth, and like I said, the vintage stuff that they have, that yes, they do have GoBots in there. I had seen them yesterday. They do have GoBots, vintage GoBots from the 1980s.
Also, I do want to show you something else. So here in this tote here, there is of course more Transformers toys, but I did stumble across two things in here. Well, actually three things, but the two in here that they do still have, like this one. This is a BotCon figure named Land Shark, and this was like a big shock for me. And also, here's another BotCon. This is Ironhide.
Okay.
And I did saw this other figure, but they don't have it anymore. But they did have a music label Soundwave.
Yes.
Who is an MP3 player, like plays music.
Right.
I believe y'all have heard of that.
So we're going to take a look at the booth right quick, and as I said, they have a bunch of stuff from the newest to some of the oldest. There's G1 Superion right there. And there's a Starscream right there.
That's the Universe one.
The Universe Starscream. And how many of y'all know what this is right here? I know what that is. How many of y'all out there can tell me exactly what this is and what it belongs to and what part of the 1980s?
And look what I also found. A mint on card in box Generation 2 motor mouth.
Motor mouth.
Yes.
You don't see them anymore. No, you don't. So we're going to take a look back off in here. Some of the old stuff. Some of the old stuff. You got G.I. Joe. And then you have wrestling figures. And who knows what those are? If those look familiar, leave it in the comments down below if y'all know what those are. Keep in mind about these. Y'all see them again. Okay. You got some old Western action figures. Star Wars. The X-Men. You got Turtles. So here we have the SWAT Cats. How many of y'all remember them? The SWAT Cats. Yes, they was a cartoon in the 1980s. 80s going into 90s. Yeah, I believe that's it. Well, it might have been 1990s. I'm getting my years kind of run up and confused right there. SWAT Cats.
And here is a lot of Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. Yes, it is. And then we have Turtles. So this is what they have. That is a Power Rangers bubblegum bank. You ain't gonna see that no more. How many of y'all actually had this box? Put in the description below the collector's case where you can open up and put your bunch of GoBots in. Check that out.
That is the original PlayStation 1 console.
Greatest game ever made. Super solid.
With Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear. And we have a Voltron. How many of y'all remember Voltron from the 1980s? Well, that's the line set right there, put all together. Then there is another Voltron. Now, the thing that makes this Voltron different is that you can actually put the characters in these, and they had actually cockpits that would open and close, where you could put the action figure in each one of these lions. And where this one here, it's a different format where you don't have that option, but I'm sure it's just as good. Bunch of turtles, and there's something I want to. How many of y'all remember this? If you know what that is, leave it in the comments down below. We've got 3 of them right here. I have not seen these anywhere else. I'm not going to tell you what they are. Y'all guess what they are. Okay, sir. Do you want to go ahead and add something to your booth?
Brandon Myers, Frank Victorian writer from Lake Charles, Louisiana. Started off as a kid, couldn't afford a whole lot of toys growing up, so I kind of found myself wishing if I knew then what I know now. So I started picking up toys slowly over time, collecting it more and more, and I just kind of fell in love with it and brought me back to my childhood. And I guess the best part is people coming by and just reminiscing and say, oh, I had that, and just seeing their face light up, you know what I mean? You can tell who's a true collector, what is really meaningful to have your childhood toys. It just takes you back to being a kid for a little bit, so it makes a difference, you know. I enjoy it.
There you go.
I also want to say something. I also want to say something else. I think out of the other sections I went through at Comic-Con, I think that this section here, all around, is like my favorite one.
Okay, so this booth right here has definitely got Colton's approval. It has a bunch of things from the new to the old to the vintage to the stuff that we remember and today's stuff too. So,
because like I already showed y'all, that was my first time seeing a couple of BotCon figures, and also, even though he's not here anymore, but my first time seeing a music label MP3 Soundwave, who not only is an action figure and transformable, but also plays music.
okay. All right, well, gentlemen, thank you for y'all's time. All right. Okay. Hey, and here we are again. And Colton, where are we now? We are at what type of booth?
I think, from what I can tell, that this is like the comic book booth here.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look around this booth, and then we'll go from there, see what they have. This is a comic book booth, 20 off, and they have a lot of comic books in here, different. I would say G.I. Joe, Transformers, Fantastic Four.
They do have some Transformers comic books here in this comic book area.
Right.
Could I show them where they are?
Yeah.
Okay, to show y'all where the comic books of the Transformers are. Right here.
Okay.
But all these are the Marvel Transformers comics.
Okay. So that right there is more than meets the eye. Different comic books than Transformers. All right. Cool. That was Ultra Magnus, wasn't it? Ultra Magnus? Yes, NRC.
NRC.
Right. Okay. Shockwave. They have, besides that, they also have Batman, Power Man, Superman. Whole wide range of comic books. Okay. So they definitely got their Transformer stuff. That right there is some of the stuff on the shelf. is a big Superman. Understand that right?
And so yes, that is a big Superman, but that Superman is a Hot Toys figure.
All right. Okay. There's some of the comics that they have in the background right there. It's Spider-Man. This is the place to go for comic books. Creepy. Emotional. Tarzan. I see Tarzan. Pokemon. Oh, they got Pokemon cards. Yes, they do. Pokemon trading cards. And other stuff. Okay. All right. Okay, and here's the gentleman right here.
How's it going? We're Comics Kingdom. We're located right here in Beaumont, Texas, and we're pretty easy to find. We're just off of North Major Drive, about a quarter mile down on the right. And man, we've got a little bit of everything. Got the comics is our big thing, obviously Comics Kingdom. Pokemon is huge right now, so we got lots of Pokemon. Toys, figures, books, everything in between. If you're looking for anything collectible, we've got it. So y'all come see us. We're located on Phelan Boulevard, like I say. You can look it up on Google or Facebook. You can find us pretty easy. But we got the store hours number on there, so y'all come see us.
All right. That is awesome. Right here in Beaumont.
Beaumont, Texas.
And I know what he's talking about because I've been there a time or two.
Awesome.
I remember that. I don't go in there that much, but whenever I get a chance, I do go in there, and I notice that they have comics, but they also have action characters.
A little bit of everything.
I know that, and when the last time I was in there, I looked around, and it was me, my wife, and Colton right here. So we was looking around, and I was like, I need to be back later on. And they had something actually I saw that was Predaking, but when I went back, it was gone. The G1
That's the way it goes.
Original Predaking. So there you go.
If you want something, you plan on coming back, it's gone. That's about the way it goes. If something you're looking for disappears next time you come.
Right. And how true that is. If you don't jump on it then, it may not be there later on.
That's right.
All right. So we will talk to y'all later on, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all have a good day.
All right.